Hi guys, I know y'all see Uniqua just laying back just chilling, but it's just me, Petunia. She's over here chilling. Uniqua, wake up. Hey, sorry, I'm really tired today. It's a really beautiful, way to start off the weekend. Yeah, I get you. But anyway, I wonder if y'all guys doing really good today, because we're all doing really good. But anyways, y'all, we're here with the ladies. We have Geraldine, Pinky, Kimmy, Angela, Casey, and Wonder Woman. Casey and Wonder Woman will be on in a little while. I know we've been saying that in the past couple episodes, and they made many appearances, but they haven't really stayed like that. But this time, they're going to be here for good. So, let's go and chat with the four main ladies over here. Because we have Geraldine, Pinky, Kimmy, and Angela. Say hi, ladies. Greetings. Hey. What's up, everybody? Happy Blessed Friday, everybody. It's good to see each and every one of you. It's good to see each and every one of you guys as well. So I hope you guys are doing good on this fine Friday afternoon / evening in the beautiful month of September. It is beautiful outside. It is. It feels so good. And yesterday, when we was at rehearsal for choir, it was just amazing, as usual. Yes, last night's rehearsal was definitely all that. But definitely, y'all, let's begin to getting into what we're going to be talking about in this episode. So let us start. So let's talk, shall we? Let me begin to put on the music. So let's talk. This episode is going to be kind of interesting because we're going to talk about, some of the testimonies that a lot of the people from our current church have told us. Because we have people that come from many different backgrounds. We come from many different backgrounds, Pentecostal, Baptist, Methodist, Lutheran, Catholic, Apostolic, and all those other denominations, but they come and just, join us. Like, it just shows, like, from those types of points of view and those types of beliefs, we all manage to come together and still worship the same God, because that's all that matters, because God is truly the one that needs to be worshipped. Right? We're not supposed to serve no denominations or none of that. We're supposed to be worshiping God and serving God only, because a lot of people got different beliefs and stuff from those denominations, but a lot of people, as they got to experience Christ, they pretty much not wanted to be, a part of, those denominations no more. They don't want to be a part of, those traditions no more. They want to break free and just fully serving Jesus and fully just getting to know God for himself, And it's just so how, like, all those different types of beliefs tie in together from other people's, like, belief stuff like that. It's really interesting. Yeah. So the first one that we have today that we're going to talk about a young lady. Her name is Najiba Johnson. We're going to talk about her thing today. So right before we jump into the points of view, I do want to say yesterday's rehearsal was amazing. We sung 2 old selections, and we actually pretty much sung all 3 old selections. Because, we sung The Lord is My Shepherd, Psalm 23, I'm Not Alone. We ministered that song, and it was beautiful. And we also sung He Has Set Me Free by Tremaine Hawkins, the one that Charlotte used to sing. Yeah, I remember that one. I remember when Charlotte used to sing that one. She always used to sing really good. Yes. And then we also sang Rain on Us by John P. Key. That's another good one. Yeah, that's a very old song that we did before. That's really old. Like, when we was at Impacting the World, that's the song that we did. We sang that song when we was over there. Oh, yes. But no, y'all, I do like those old selections. And everybody was singing, and, everyone's on one accord like always, Yes, everybody was together. That's all that matters. Everybody was together. Everybody was on one accord. Everybody was, in good spirits. You know, that's all that matters at the end of the day. Everybody comes together and worships God. And it's amazing. Yes. Yeah, for me, there's never dull moments here. And I like it. But yes, guys, so I don't know if y'all can see. I'm going to turn on this little light here. Nice light. But yes, but we're going to be just talking about, you know, some of the things that are going on. You know, Epiphany LA closed down. Oh, I heard. Epiphany LA actually closed down. I remember they had good moments at that building, the YMCA. Yes, they had good memories. Because, you know, when Deontay and Darius and Jair and, you know, Izzy and Brittany, Quadra and all them came from there. And Michaela. They all came from that church right there. And they all sang as a little choir. It was just full of them. It was a small choir and they all was singing. I remember that same group sung Change by Tamla Mann. And then, you know, Deontay almost started shouting because I remember he lifted back his hand while he was singing and then he was like, hey, this is about to start going in. Yeah, he started almost going in and I was like, yes, we had a worship play. Yes. But no, it was amazing. But all in all, yeah, they moving forward. So Epiphany LA doesn't exist anymore, sadly. Yeah, it's sad. We just had some people come in from LA and they were telling us some of them, like 2 members came in from that church. Yeah, some of them actually came in from that church. But no, I'm starting to see that a lot of the epiphanies are dying out. They're not really dying out, they're really just, you know, calling forth to what God is calling them to do. If God is, you know, planted churches and then they cause, you know, to change their name, then that's the thing. If God wants to work in them, like they say, hey, disperse out into here, disperse out into there, that's God's way. Yeah. And I think it's same for us. Because, you know, I realize that our congregation has planted out into different churches. We planted in Camden, planted in Newark, we're planning 2 in Philadelphia. One near Temple and the other one is near Drexel University, University of Pennsylvania. So that's the West Philly campus. Yes. Yeah, the North Philadelphia campus is actually coming soon as well. They announced that they're going to be opening that one as well. It's going to be Old Foster Memorial Baptist Church. Their congregation is going to be combining with us, and they want to become a Reformation church. So they're going to be combining into that. They're going to get a new pastor, and then they're going to do some modeling redesigning. So yeah. But yeah, it's going to be 3 Reformation churches in Philadelphia. And we want serving the more farther areas like West Philadelphia and even North Philly and Center City, because Foster is going to most likely be people from Center City and also North Philadelphia near Temple. And the outreach ministries are going to be serving those communities as well. Hey. But I think it's really nice. But no, Epiphany Camden is now a part of Reformation Church in Camden. They're a part of us now. Ever since when they closed down, because BSIO has been keeping me updated with that church as well. So you say Epiphany never opened its doors again during the pandemic, and then everybody was just dispersed. Everybody was just online. And then when Pastor Ernest Grant created a new church, that's when a good amount of that congregation went over there. But in the middle of when they were closing, that's when St. James Church opened up in New Jersey. That's when, you know, what our church was. They opened up a new church in Camden. And then a lot of Epiphany Camden actually went over there. Some people from the old praise team was actually there. And they actually, started on the new sanctuary choir that's opening up as well. Correct. But the sanctuary choir at Reformation Church in Camden already started, because when St. James Church, when it was St. James Church at the time, but when they did the choir over there, when we had our own choir over there, that's when they wanted to start their own. Because at that time it was just 1 p.m. services that they were having over there. And then once we moved in, once everything was progressing, they added a 10 o'clock service once 27th Street Revival Center moved out. But no, that's when it was empty for the first beginning of the time. But no, that's when we started to transition into 10 o'clock, once they moved out. They were still in the midst, because there was still a lot being formed during the time when it was just 1 p.m. when it was the 1 p.m. service over there. And they still have 1 p.m. service, because that makes time for most of us to get out there and fellowship with them. But now that 27th Street Revival Center gave that building to us, we pretty much just remodeled stuff in there, like remodeled a new stage, like a new altar, and did some painting and new screens and new equipment and stuff like that, all to bring forth enhancing the worship in the house, because we have tons of new equipment in that building, and we got some new equipment here at our new building, because some of the stuff in that building was a little similar to what we had when we was at the old building on Tabor Road. But once we moved from there and moved up into Cheltenham, where we are now, it's a lot more bigger. It's a lot more better, because we have a lot different. We have a whole new camera crew. We have actually way more advanced stuff. It makes us look a lot better and a lot nicer. Yes. But no, at Reformation Church in Camden, at the Camden location, that's when they implemented 10 o'clock. They still didn't have a pastor at the time, but we had some people who were, potential candidates to become the pastor. But we have our pastors over there now. We selected the young men and women of God, because they were from 27th Street Revival Center. They had a beautiful calling of God in their life, and they're continuing to follow forth of what God is doing in them and doing through them. So we came to the conclusion that we asked for Pastors Matthew and Khadijah Hicks Wicker. They are the pastors of Reformation Church in Camden. Yes, and I wish them the best. Yes. So it didn't take that long to select them as a pastor, right? No, they were potential candidates, because they, came to our 1 o'clock services, and there was a time when they, just wanted to preach, and, our old pastor invited them in to, just come in and preach. Then they tore the house down. Yes. But I liked them. I knew they were going to be, at our church more often, but they just haven't been really a set one yet. Yeah, but now it's a set one. It's a set pastor. So Matthew and Khadijah Hicks Wicker are pastors of Reformation Church in Camden. So it's been a while since they been over there, right? Yeah, they've been there for a good minute. It was like after 27th Street moved out, and then that's when we implemented a 10 o'clock service once we put in the new pastor. So yep, he got them, and we're flourishing better than ever. And since 10 o'clock service, that's when we wanted to bring forth some changes. They added a choir, which is the sanctuary choir of that church. And once they added a 10 o'clock service, they didn't just combine people from Epiphany Camden. They also got I think 2 or 3 other actually 3 or 4 other, excuse me y'all, sorry about that little ad right there. But go for State Farm though, they're really good. But at the same time, they were implementing some more changes into the building, more changes into the sanctuary. because they're doing a lot of stuff over there now. They actually, added more ministries. The women's ministry they added, men's ministry they added, and they still doing stuff like with youth. They have a youth ministry there, so youth ministry is pretty much at the church. Looks like all of our churches have. We do have a youth ministry. They have a youth group that meets, like Reformation Church in general. We had a youth group that really meets, and then they pretty much just have pep talks, stuff like that, and fellowship and stuff like that. Because I remember one time we had a youth group when it was St. James Church. It was at the church. I think Linus, he was a part of it at the time. It was like 2018 or 2019 because he was still helping out the youth ministry at the time. They all had like this ramen built, like a ramen night. Like they brought in like ramen noodles. They had different types of soups and broths and stuff like that, a different ingredients you can put in your little bowl. And then what happens is you get a bowl, and then you put the ramen noodles inside of the bowl, and then you select one of the broths. You select the pork bone broth, beef bone broth, chicken broth, a veggie broth, a seafood broth, stuff like that, and also a beef birria broth. So it was like, so when I went one time and just had fun with them, I selected the seafood broth, and then I put in stuff like shrimp and crab meat and stuff like that, and then garlic. It was really, really good. It also had like a nice little seasoned egg to go with it. How I built a ramen bowl, and it had chopsticks. So I was like, yes, to ramen bowls. Yeah, see, now that sounds kind of fun. It was fun. We had a good time. I'm glad y'all did. But no, the Camden location did, have a lot of stuff that they are forming still, because it was just really much our second service. When it was St. James Church, it was just our second service. We just traveled to New Jersey almost every Sunday. But now, they have their own 10 o'clock teams, and they already formed their own teams and their own ministries. So now, it's an option if you want to go over to New Jersey or not. But most of the time, since we're part of the choir, we usually go over there and just go have fun, because it is another service. Even up here at our location here, about to implement a second service. About to implement our, I think an 8 a.m. service we're going to implement. Yeah, I think we're going to implement like an 8 o'clock service. And then we're going to have the 10 o'clock service as well. So there's going to be 2 services up here. And then we're going to have the one in New Jersey is 1 p.m. And then the one in North Philly, I think that's going to be 10 o'clock as well. Or 11 o'clock. Because I think Pastor Clayton and Belinda Hicks, I think they're going to go from the West Philly campus and go into that one. It's a plan. It's like a big plan, so it's like they might find somebody actually for that building. So it's like we're still trying to figure out who's going to be the pastor up there. Because Pastor Clayton and Belinda Hicks, they're going to be over the West Philadelphia campus. Since their Resurgence Church was at 9 o'clock. Their Resurgence Church combined with that building now, and then a couple other, Bible study groups from the campuses actually are coming to, form that church. Their building is complete, so they're about to move in this Sunday. Oh yes, I'm excited. Are y'all guys going? Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'm going to go visit, because our choir's not singing, so I'm going to go see them. I might go over and go see. Yeah, I might go and see them too. And for me, I'm going to just, stay here at our campus, because, I'm on the cooking ministry here at this campus. So I know for us, we'd be cooking for the church. It'd be nice. Oh yes, and y'all make good food. Absolutely, it's food for the soul. We gotta feed people. So, yes. But no, moving on. But the sanctuary choir at the church at the Camden location is already formed. Because once they did their own thing in the 1 o'clock, that's when they formed their own little choir. I think a month later after, like 2 months later after they formed the 10 o'clock. the 10 o'clock service. After they did that, that's when they, started up a little sanctuary choir. Because I think one of the people from Epiphany Camden, I think his name was Jared, I think he wanted to do a little choir one time, but it was really small at that location. But eventually he had like a good amount of people from that congregation, even though it was still really small, he still had people from that ministry, from the church, just come together as a choir. It was nice size. Bisayo, he wasn't a part of it. He was just doing the praise team because he was pretty much a part of our choir, so he pretty much liked to be a part of us because he was mostly on the drums over there anyway. Even still now, he's a part of the drums over there. He's still a part of the drumming, and sometimes he will get up and sing with the sanctuary choir, and then with us up here at our main campus, he will come and sing. He'll also come and play as well. So it's like, depends. Yes, Isaio is very faithful to the ministry, faithful to what God has called in his life, what he does for the kingdom, like with his rapping and through his songs and stuff and his albums. He does a good work. Oh yes, I love most of his albums. He does a very good job. But no, he usually plays for the Candle location, and then for our main campus up here, he will he will play and he also will sing. It depends on what's going on. But every church that has been started, they came up with their own teams. Even the one in Newark. Now, we never went to the Newark campus before because that one is just formed as well. But we have Pastors Tony and Lorraine Schuler. They are the pastors of that location as well. They do their own thing up there. Up at that location, they do have a choir as well. But the choir itself is really small. It's a decent size. And then they have the praise team and everything. They established the music ministry and stuff up there, and the youth ministry, young adult ministry, all the stuff that the church usually offer. And for us over here, we established the same thing at Reformation Church and the West Philadelphia campus, and maybe North Philadelphia, if we decide to go forth and planting North Philadelphia, because that's just the plan. They will just have to find somebody who will be the pastor there and who's going to be a part of the teams. I feel like it's going to be Christina and Sullivan, and I think Judson, because they live down there, so they might be at either one of those two or both of them. I'm not sure. But it's all good though, because they're still family. But they usually come to New Jersey as well, so when they come to New Jersey, they be singing. And with us, they be doing the same thing. Yep, because over in Jersey, we got, Winnie, Rochelle, Amethyst, Bruce, Judson, Rashad, Eric, Kimberly Jones, Christina, Mallory Johnson, Eliza, Tiana, Danny, Clement, Aaron Hawkins, Precious, Motunde, Danny G, Abisayo, Bethany, and Miss Darlene. They be over there helping with that campus. And they sing with that sanctuary choir as well. So when they sing over there, they don't sing on the same Sundays that we do, because for us up here at our campus, it's first and fourth Sunday that our choir sings. So over there, I think they have second, and I think third. I'm not sure, like second and third Sunday, because Jared likes to have some of our choir come over and sing. So it's pretty much what it is. He's not like real hard or real big on just trying to get everybody, but he usually has a good amount over there, so he's good. And those who are part of the sanctuary choir over there became real good friends with everybody who was a part of our current choir. But no, it's all fellowships, and it's all amazing fun. It's all real good fun and good, amazing things. So we're still, working out the kinks with the North Philly campus, and West Philadelphia is, it already launched. They already launched, and they're doing their Bible studies. You're doing the Bible study and stuff like that. And then North Philadelphia is going to be combined. It's probably going to be same place, but it's just different set of people. Because we're supposed to be reaching the people, and we got to reach the people where they are. So if they decide to combine those two congregations, like Pastor Clayton comes from there, and at 11 o'clock go to North Philadelphia, that's probably would be something he would do. It depends. We're still working that out. But right now, he started the West Philadelphia campus. So it's a beautiful place. I saw the building. We walked by the building when me and some of the girls, not from our choir, but just me and my friends, were just walking around. And I told them, this church right here, this building is actually going to be one of my church's new campuses. And I told them about it, and then that's when they said, they were like, oh, those are decent. Then I had some friends who live in West Philly. They want to join a church. So I told them, you can go to my church, but you can go to the West Philly campus if you want to. And it was fine with that. Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely. But no, moving on to our little talks and fun. So let's talk about Najiba. Najiba was a Methodist affiliate from the Methodist church, years ago. She joined the church because she was kicked out of her old church home. The pastor of that church had a conversation with her, describing some of the situations that she faced in her life. She talked about how she was tempted to have sex, and she had, problems with smoking, and she had problems with, fulfilling the custody of her children, because her and her ex-boyfriend had a really bad transition, and it was they're trying to get full custody of the children. He wanted to take full custody of the children because she was completely in the wrong. That's probably what she was saying on that end, but that I'm not really sure. But at that time, that was when she was really facing a lot. The pastor of that church didn't really care what she was saying. He pretty much, put a big mandate of you have to be sober, you have to be clean, you can't, have any impure things, which is true, but at the same time, it's how you go about it, because it's you could say, oh, they're not supposed to be, smoking and stuff like that, but if they need help, then you need to provide a way for you to help them out, instead of just throwing them off to the side. That's what I thought. I met Najiba. I met her because she comes to our church, and she serves on the Chosen 300 team. She serves on the outreach team, so she's a part of the team that goes over to Chosen 300. So she serves over there. She's doing a good job now, because remember when she joined St. James Church, when she met our old pastor, he pretty much cared about what she was going through, and he wanted to provide ways to help her out, and he encouraged her. And even though that you are, facing adverse trials, you still have to, fulfill the call of God on your life, because it's way bigger than you. The call of God is much more bigger than your circumstances. So you got to continue to just let the Lord just have his way, and continue to serve him no matter what's going on, Absolutely. I know that during that time it was friends and family day going on at the church. Maria, that's actually one of Maria's friends. She came to church because before that, Maria told some of us that her friend was actually real adamant about coming to the church. because she was kicked out of her old church because the pastor didn't even care about what she was going through, called her all types of names, and saying, like, from his exact quote, "We don't need people like you in our congregation. You're too filthy." He said, like, the old pastor of that church said those words to her, and because of that, she was hurt. And she pretty much had a view on the church as a whole, like everybody was just, against her. They wasn't really helping her. They was, just casting her aside, and she was an outcast. But when she met up with Maria, and then Maria invited her out to our church, what it was, St. James Church, and then she came to that, and she met, but Maria showed her to some of the most choir members. She met Linus. She's met you, Geraldine. She met me. She met Charisma, Isaac. Well, she used to sing on our choir, but I think she's on the outreach team or something like that. But moving on. But no, she met a lot of people, a good amount of people. She even met Brian. So I was like, yeah, she met a good people. Met a good amount of people actually. And then they had a counseling session. That's when Pastor pretty much encourage her, just keep on, serving God from your fullest, like, even though you may not be perfect, because he said none of us are perfect. He said none of us are perfect, but at the same time, you just gotta, just continue to fulfill the call of God on your life, because that's all important. Amen. But that was about Najiba. These next people right here, they're Baptist saints. Mother Verna Jackson and Paula Goodwin. Paula Goodwin is a part of our choir. And Mother Verna Jackson, she used to be a part of a choir at her old church. She currently sings on our choir. She does sing on our choir, actually. She is a soprano. She has a beautiful mezzo-soprano voice, so she sings on our ministry now. But at her old church, she used to be on the motherboard. She used to be on the Sunday school ministry. She was an usher and a greeter. She used to be on the music ministry, serving on a praise team, mass choir, seasoned saints choir, helping direct the children's choir. So that she did everything. She was on the outreach ministry, and she was on the events committee. So she pretty much was doing a good amount of stuff at her church, at her old church. But once her pastor went home to glory, that's when the new pastor came in, and he pretty much just shut everything down, and they just wanted to start all over again. She wanted to continue to serve God to the fullest on the ministry, but the place was like too carnal minded about it. Like, the pastor just came in and switched up everything. He was very strict about certain things, and then he was like, no, we're going to do it this way, and we're going to shut this down, and we're going to do things differently. We're going to stray away from, doing such things. Which, in my opinion, I think is not really fair, because it's like, you can't just come into church and just change everything up. That's right. You can't just do that, because there's fully functional ministries, and they're really progressing. You just came in and shut everything down and then started everything over again. Like, what the heck? That makes no sense to me. Like, why would you do that? I don't know why they would do such a thing like that. But she was upset about that, because she loved to serve God and loved to serve people. But no, Miss Verna wasn't happy about it, and she went to go talk to the new pastor, and then he was not happy to talk to her. He's not really a talkative person. He doesn't talk to anybody. He's like, whatever he says goes. And then as soon as she came in, that's when she started to say, you know what? That's when she and her family, who were all a part of that church, they left. And it wasn't too many people, but it was her, it was her husband, it was her 3 children, and her grandchildren, and a couple of her great-grands. They were all a family, so they were trying to figure out where can they go. But no, that's when they heard about St. James Church. So that's when they came over to St. James Church, and then the family wanted to get involved, and that's what they did. But no, But no, it was a tiny bit similar. Miss Zelda, remember Miss Zelda, right? Vernice and the mom, Vernice's mother, Dante's mother, Marcus's mother, Rebecca's mother, Francine's mother, their mother. It was similar to that situation, but Miss Zelda was more descriptive about, what she was talking to her old pastor about. Because she, it was like, oh no. So, oh no, you ain't gonna be doing this, because listen, we're all here serving God together. You're not gonna sit here and try to disrespect nobody. Yeah, that pastor was disrespectful to her. Exactly. That pastor that she had was disrespectful, and then she left. Then at that time, that's when Vernice and them came to our church when it was impacting the world. Yes. And then from Miss Verna, her family came and joined in. They joined the church on a Friends and Family Day. On a Friends and Family Day as well. Then they all came to the church, and they all joined the church the same day. And then from then on, that's when they started to serve. Because at one point, I think one of her younger sons, who's like one of her sons, like the same age as Brian, I think a year or two older, like the one the same age as Brian, I think he serves on the what's it called, ministry? Let me see. He serves now at our current church on the men's ministry. He serves on the men's ministry at our church. Him and his children. Because Miss Verna, she's one of the younger mothers of the church. She is in her I think she's 60 right now. But her younger children, are like in their 40s, like in their 30s and 40s. One of the daughters actually sings on the praise team now at our church. And then her other daughter is on the dance ministry. Yeah, one of her daughters sing on the praise team and the choir, and then Miss Verna sings on the choir. And her other daughter's on the dance ministry. Her name is Londa. Londa is on the dance ministry, and her sister Regina is on the mass choir and the praise team of our church currently. Her brother is a part of the men's ministry, and helping out as one of the leaders over there, as well as Brian, because Brian also helps with that. He helps with the men's ministry and doing the music and arts ministry and stuff like that. But yes, that's the family. And then the grandchildren, then Miss Verna's grandchildren. One of them they're all in the youth ministry. One of the kids are on the multimedia ministry. He is a part of the he's a part of the live streams. He controls the he's on the camera crew actually. He's on the camera crew, and then one of the other sons is on audio, and then another one is an usher. Because here at our church we have our hospitality ministry and a dream team come together. So we have our own new ushers and greeters. They are they're not formal. They can dress up if they want to, but here at our church they didn't have to. They just wear a nice lanyard. It has their name on it, and it tells you what they do. It tells you, say for example, this person's name is I'm gonna give you a random name, Monica. She has a tag with her name on it, and it tells you, she says she's an usher, she's a greeter, dream team member, and then the dream team volunteer. Then we'll tell her that it has a QR code to learn more about the church, or if you want to give, then you just do the barcode. Decent stuff. Yeah, this very decent stuff. But no, that's Miss Verna's family for you. And then Paula. No, I love Paula though, because a lot of people at her old church was real jealous of her. A lot of people were jealous of her ever since she sang her first solo. She came and joined St. James Church in the year of 2017. Because before then, she was at another church. I remember what the church was at. She was at Ezekiel Baptist in Southwest Philadelphia. She used to live in South Philly, but she always went to Ezekiel Baptist because her family was there. I think her sister was there. No, her sister was just there. Paula's sister, Stephanie, was at that church. Stephanie, she doesn't go there anymore, but Paula doesn't go there no more either. But she was hurt by the church where she came from because there was a whole bunch of jealousies and pushback when she received her first solo at the church, because she wasn't really one to like lead songs like that. She never really desired to lead songs as she was growing up in the church. She just likes to just be a part. And then when she first led it, she experienced a lot of pushback, a lot of jealousies, and the whole church at the time was like really, really weird about it because they couldn't stand the anointing that was on her life. And that's the thing, like once you truly know who you are in God and when you truly serve the Lord, there's going to be people who are going to question your anointing. They're going to question your ability and agility in God. And listen, that's when you just got to just continue to stick with God, because as you stick closer to God, the more He's going to draw you out, the more He's going to do more in you. And the more pushback you get, just know that you're God, like God is like closer to you no matter what. That's it. And now when she came and joined our church in 2017, she decided, to stay off the choir for a little bit. She was just, coming to the church because she was, going to the church. She went to Ebenezer Baptist. She went to Greater Exodus. That's where Wonder Woman and Casey came from. She went to Second Macedonia. She went to Shalom. She went to Mount Airy Baptist Church. She was just church hopping for like a good, couple years. But she said none of those churches really seemed to fit her needs. She was about to join Greater Exodus, but she was like, nah, because she didn't really like, the neighborhood. But, when she came to our church, that's when she, she came in a little more often because she was actually more drawn to, joining this congregation here. And then when I tell you that this girl is a worshiper, I tell you, like, this girl worships. Listen, no wonder why, like, I wouldn't say no wonder why, but it was like, I had a feeling that people, like, didn't really, like her because she was truly all about God. She was truly, like, here for worshiping the Father in spirit and in truth, and just serving God in spirit and in truth. And when you do that, it's gonna, like, tick the nerve of some people who are just too carnal-minded. And I told her, you continue to be who God is calling you to be, because, listen, you are doing a great work in God, and you gotta just keep it going. I tell her, keep it going. Yes. And then, from then on, like, she was always, in the congregation worshiping. I heard her singing one time, and then we had a ministry fair. The time I heard her singing was the day we had the ministry fair, and then she, at the time, expressed interest and wanted to join the choir, and then that's when she came and signed up for the choir. And then she's been singing ever since then, and then she said she's found her healing in her serving God. She found her healing as in her worship. So listen, as she was worshiping, she got her healing. Like, the first Sunday that she started singing with us, like, listen, she was in deep worship. She was just, worshiping God so hard, and then she started, shouting and everything. And then that's when the Holy Ghost during that moment just really healed her. Because listen, she was finding her healing in serving the Lord. And then as the Lord was just making a move on her heart and just healing her and just, making a way in her, she felt so much better about, what God is doing through her and what God is, is saying in her life. Listen, she's truly being led by God, and listen, I encourage her all the time. So you gotta keep your eyes on the prize, my sister, because there's a lot more that's out there for you. Absolutely. Yes, I love Paula. Paula is amazing. Guess I like Paula. Yeah, she's an alto just like all of us. Just like me and Geraldine. And you, Petunia. I like Paula. Yeah, I love Paula too. She's a decent sweetheart. I remember I met her when I first came back to, came back to the church. After I stepped away for a while and went back to my old church. That's when I met her. She was so sweet. Yeah, Paula's a sweetheart. Yeah, Paula is a sweetheart. And listen, I wouldn't, I always be sure to encourage her because, listen, she's just awesome. But no, moving on though. Moving on, that's when, that's some of the people who had a really good background, really good history, but a lot of them was hurt by the church, their old church, and came to us and really just, their eyes just opened to truly what, church is really about. Church is about, serving the Lord, coming together, fellowshipping and loving on one another, and just, offering up whatever God is, giving you unto, edification of His glory. Like, it's so much more to it than just, come to church on a regular Sunday. I mean, I tell from a lot of these people that their eyes were truly opened to what it's really about. And I give God glory for that. Yes, me too. But yes. But in other news, our old pastor who was over St. James Church when it was St. James, remember when he left? He left our church, and then all of a sudden he was kicked out of, the other church. He was kicked out of the next church he was at. Oh no. Oh no. Oh my gosh, no. Oh no, that's not good. That doesn't sound good at all. I know it doesn't sound good at all. He I don't know what happened during that time, but he's not the pastor of that church no more. And then a lot of the people that was at that church, his team, they left. They all just left. I know. I heard from a couple of them. They, a lot of them was all, one group. And then all of a sudden they're not even there anymore. But the thing is, since I kept in touch with some of them, they told me about everything that happened, and I was like, sisters and a couple of the bros, I was like, y'all could just come back home to us. But listen, we're not the same church like how it was before. The church is actually evolving. The church is growing. And God is doing a great work in evolving His, His ministry, His covenant. And then I told those people, pretty much they can just come back to us. Because listen, you don't have to travel any farther, because we're all family no matter what, and we care about you. We care about your soul. So I told them, hey, just come on back. Come on back and fellowship with us. And then get involved again. Because, Miss Yolanda Foreman is back with us, doing the women's ministry, and also on the music ministry again. I don't know if she's going to be directing a choir, but she's back with us on the music ministry, and she leads one of the women's groups. She is one of the women's ministry leaders, so she is here with that. Yes, I'm glad to see Auntie Yolanda's back. Yes, Auntie Yolanda's back. And then a couple more people are back. The two girls, I think one of them is a singer. One of those girls, I know it's a singer. I kind of just forgot her name. I think it's Crystal, or what's the other one's name? Shayna. I think it's one of the other girls. One of those is a singer, or both of them. One of them sing for like these lounge like events, like when they go and sing like for a cafe or something like that. You usually see them singing. She sings for that group, and then she sings for like one of those things. And then she came back to the church, and I was saying, ask her, because I saw her. I was like, do you want to sing on the choir, the praise team again? Because she was on it before. She was, when it was St. James Church, she was on our choir before. So I was like, do you want to come back and sing with us? And then she said sure. And then her and her other sister, her other friend, I think it was Crystal or Shayna, one of those girls, I know it's one of them who did sing, or it's both of them, because I know both of them did sing. Yeah, it's like both of those girls could sing. But the other one, I saw, like, one of the things, she was like, one of them was like really lazy in singing, but listen, she must have had a rough one. But I get her hurt. But no, one of those girls who could sing real good, she sings on the group again. She's gonna end up singing on the choir again, and then the other one's gonna sing on the choir. Crystal and Shayna are gonna come back to the choir because they came back to the church recently. And then those two people, one of those I think was a training minister. Both of them were in training ministers. One is still in training. I think the other one just got ordained as a minister. They are back here at the church as well. They're back here, joining us as a new church again. So one of them is going to be preaching, and then the other one is going to be, I think, preaching as well. I think he's going to be one of the deacons. Deacon Bud, I think is his name. I know who Deacon Bud is. Him and his new wife. I know him and his new wife. Yeah, I know Deacon Bud. He's really decent. He always used to joke with us. Like, he always used to make jokes, but like, he was like, choir sang and stuff like that. And then he was like talking about one of the girls and so, oh, y'all guys got Oprah Winfrey on the stage. And I was like, what? Not Oprah Winfrey. But no, I think I know who you're talking about though, because she's one of the girls on our choir who has very, very nice hair. Almost look like Oprah's hair. I know who that is. Yeah, I know who that is. She's an alto. It's Olivia. He was talking about Olivia. He was pretty much calling her Oprah Winfrey because he made a joke when he met her. He was like, hey, Oprah Winfrey. He was like, hey, what's going on, Oprah? And she was just cracking up the whole time. And she was like, that's not my name. My name is Olivia. Listen, there's funny moments and stuff like that. I love it. Yes. Yeah, I love Deacon Bud. He was good. Crystal and Shayna, I love them too. Shayna, I think she would just do more as a tenor because she sings lower. Crystal, I think she sings higher, so I think she might sing soprano or alto. But I think she might stick with alto. Because her and her kids are back at the church. And I think it's also someone else. It's a group of people, because I remember during that time when they left the church, it was a group of people. I remember Lady Ebony, when she used to be on she was on the choir with us when it was St. James Church. Her and Crystal and Shayna were singing with us as well. And Crystal wanted to sing on the praise team at that time. But no, I remember who they are. It was like the people who sang at that other church, at the one in Germantown. It was at United Methodist Church. What is it? 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 What is that church? Let me actually think about it. Let me take a look. But no, I remember all of them. They were all a group. I remember they were all a group one time. That same group actually came back and joined our church again. So Pastor Maurice pretty much reinvited them back in, wanted to serve our ministry again, and then they're about to do what they gotta do, because that whole entire group just came back to the church. But no, they're a really good group. I love those people. I love Crystal, Shayna. I love Ruth. I love all of them. They were a really decent group. Ruby, I love them. Yes. And then I remember it was 3 people. It was a boy and it was 2 girls. And those Shayna and Crystal, I think they were one of the people who were singing on the choir. I think Crystal was more likely singing on the choir. Shayna and one of the guys, I think he does not. No, he does sing a little bit, but he does more like production stuff like that. He does more production stuff. He used to help out more with like the multimedia team. But since he's back at the church, he might end up doing that team again and then actually do a little bit of stuff with music. That I'm not sure, but we're still gonna, keep it all. He's keeping it all in prayer. All of them are keeping it in prayer, I feel. Right. But no, it was another church. Let me see. It was another church that, they came from. It was right outside of Germantown High School, actually behind Germantown High School. Jane's United Methodist Church is what it's called. Yeah, they all came from there. That's when our old pastor left, went over there, and then they somehow just left that one. Like the whole team left, and the pastor just was not pastoring now. I wonder what's going on with them. I don't know, but I keep them in prayer too. I pray for them. But no, I remember one of the people's, I think his mom passed away. Remember when he used to come to our church, and his mom used to come to our church. I know who that is. You're talking about Minister Jason. His mom did pass away. I know. I was so sad to hear about that. Now, question, isn't he one of the young adults? He was one of the young adults of the church, but he's now back. So him and, a couple others, they're going to I think he's going to get involved with the young adults again, because as soon as he came to join the church again, he pretty much, reinvited them to come back in. Pastor Maurice Suggs pretty much just told him to come back to the church, because they're going to be under good leadership and under a good covering, where they're covered under the blood of Jesus, and God loves them, and he makes sure whatever they need, they can ask in prayer, and if they need help with anything, they can ask Pastor Maurice and Michelle, because Pastor Maurice and Michelle are very good people. They're very good men and women of God. They love people, and they love to serve God. They love to serve people. Whatever you need, they'll go out your way to help you. Again, there are big caveats of worship. There are big caveats of just praise, adoration to God, and just the Holy Spirit in general. It's full Holy Spirit led ministry. And I loved it when Movement Church came in and moved in and joined in our church. Their praise team over there at that time came to St. James Church, and they tore the house down, and they ended up becoming a part of the praise team, because that's when Pastor Maurice and Michelle Suggs became the pastors of our church. They ended up combining that congregation with us. Yes, but they still met in the mornings. Movement Church still met at our church. They were still Movement Church in the morning time, and then in the afternoon, that's when it was just regularly St. James Church around 11 o'clock. 10 o'clock actually. It was very varying times, but yes, they still Movement Church still met at the church. And then now, because now we're combined now as Reformation Church, Movement Church, St. James Church, and Church of Praise and Worship actually came together. Now we're all together, and now we're just one large church. It's not extremely large, but it's large enough to fit a lot of people. That's why now we're about to go into a second service. I think we're about to add an early morning service. Yes. But no, I know Jason. He was one of the people that left but came back. He's the one that got ordained as a minister. I'm happy for him. He got it. I've been knew Jason had it. Jason had it in him all along. Yeah, the Lord's called him to be a minister. I'm so happy for Jason. Yes. But now that he's back here at this church, I think he's going to be above. I think he's going to be one of the leaders of the young adult ministry. I think he's going to end up doing that, like he did when it was St. James Church. But it wasn't too many people that came out. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, at the time it wasn't too many people. But now that we're here, it's a lot of people that want to get involved. A lot of people are coming out and just getting blessed, you know? Yes, it's nice. But I'm happy to see each and every one of them back here. I'm happy to see that group because they were really decent people. Yeah, they all had decent gifts. They had decent gifts, decent heart for serving the Lord in their gifting. The Lord is using them in His own way. And that's all that matters. And I could tell you that each and every one of them loved to worship God. But yeah, a lot of them, that whole group loved to worship God. But now that they're back at the church, now that they're back at, with us as a group, they might get involved again. But I did talk to Shayna and Crystal, and I think they're both are going to come back to the choir. Yeah, Shayna and Crystal might actually come back to the choir. But I'm keeping it in prayer because they joined it's not so long ago that they joined. It was I think a couple months ago. But they just been coming to the church, so they haven't been doing anything. But I asked them if they're gonna get involved again, and they say yeah. Crystal said yeah. Shayna said yeah. Jason said yes. And a couple other people said yes. They're gonna get involved again. They're just gonna, find the time to do it. Yes, I'm excited for them. Me too. But yes, you guys, I'm so happy that that team is back. So, it's a correction right there, though. Oh yeah, it was Chanel, Crystal, and Shayna. Those were the three ladies. And the boy who does, the creative stuff, his name is Mark. So he's back at the church as well. We call him Keith. Yeah. I'm glad to see him, that he's back here at our church. I'm glad that, the Lord brought them all back, even Miss Yolanda Foreman. I'm actually excited for them, the whole entire team. But question, is Jerry Tate going to come back? I don't know. I don't know if he's coming back. But if he does come back, he might be one of the musicians at one of the locations. Maybe the North Philly campus. I'm not sure yet. But yeah, we'll, like I said, they're going to keep it all in prayer. But no, Chanel and Shayna and Crystal are back here at the church. Chanel and Crystal were the ones who were on the choir, and Shayna at the time when St. James was around. When St. James was around, that's when they were on the choir. They were singing in the choir with us. And Miss Yolanda Foreman. They were all a real good team, a real good people. And I was happy to see Miss Yolanda Foreman come back because, she is very passionate about her work. She's real passionate about what God does in her life. And she loves people. She especially loves everyone on the choir. She loves everybody. Yes, and I love her. That's Auntie Yolanda. I love her too. She's amazing. She's just a wonderful person. I love her spirit. I love her heart. She was so passionate what she does. And she loves to sing and she loves to minister. Even when she co-directed the music ministry, whenever Brian would, step away for a while, if he was away on family vacation or something like that, or doing something else in the church, he would, she would take over. And she does an amazing job, directing her choir and stuff like that. But now that she's back, she's going to do it again. I'm excited for her. Yeah, I'm so excited for her too. She is going to do the choir and stuff again. But that was all her ministry. Yes, that and women's ministry, because she did the women's ministry. She directed the women's team. Yeah, she directed the women's team at the church, I remember. because I was under one of her Bible study groups whenever we would meet. Yes, and I'm happy to say that our women's ministry is going to meet again. So once we meet again, that's when it's going to be a ball. I mean, we met when we did it online though. It was all coming together talking about, ladies stuff, like learn about the women in the Bible and stuff like that. But now that Miss Shalana Foreman's back, we're going to be having a good old time. I'm excited. Because this past Sunday, that's when they all came up and prayed. I know that they came and joined the church, but Pastor Maurice Suggs called them all up. Called up Mark, Chanel, Shayna, Crystal, Jason, and Ruth, and Lizzie. They called all of them up to the altar to pray for them. And then they prayed a powerful prayer for them. They prayed that God would protect them and God would cover them. And after they received the prayer, He welcomed them back to the church, welcomed them back under the, to the place where they really belong, to their true home. And that's all that matters. Like, he's glad, Pastor Maurice is glad that those people have come home. And he wouldn't have been more happier. Listen, he couldn't be more happier to have them back. Yes. Because listen, we're all family. We never really deserted no one. After they left, we still kept in touch with them. Because, they're an important part of us. And we love each and every one of them. They're beautiful people. Yes, they are beautiful people. I especially love Chanel. Chanel could really sing. And Crystal, she does a wonderful job with her team as well. She's not, she sang on a praise team, but Chanel was the one who could sing. Chanel was the main singer. She liked to, sing and, lead a couple songs and everything when it was St. James Church. When we didn't have one person up on our team singing, that's when she had her team, which her and her peoples just came up and led. But now at this church, since it's a brand new church, we're all doing things a little more differently. It's more, I think it's more, creative and more, it's more open, it's more creative. So, and definitely well organized, because, we gotta keep everything in order. Though we don't have a traditional order of service, but still, it was really good. It's still a really good place, and it's a good setting. Yes, absolutely. I was so happy to see them and the kids. But yes, her kids have gotten so big. Listen, I love her. I love each and every one of them. They're decent people. I always loved them. But yes, I'm so glad that Miss Yolanda is back. What about the creative person that was, directing the groups and stuff? I don't think he's coming back. No, him and his group, I don't think they're coming back at all. Yeah, I don't think they're coming back. But it would be nice to have him come and, sing one day at the church. But no, I don't think he's going to come back and, lead worship and stuff like that. Like he used to. I don't think he's going to do that. Okay. Because I heard about him. Yeah, I know he is. I don't think he's going to come back, though. No, he's not going to come back. Yes. But no, have y'all guys had a chance to really talk to, those people? Talk to Chanel and them? I did. I got a chance to talk to every single one of them. I got a chance to see them again, hug on them, love on them. Because we all used to be involved in the ministry. Even the girl who made the mocktail stuff, Roz, she's, at our church still. She wasn't really there for a while because, she was going through stuff. But now that we're Reformation Church, she came into the church and everything, just, did her thing. She's still in the kitchen with us, making the mocktails and helping us cook food. Because listen, we all love and cherish her. She told us back at St. James, back when we was St. James, when she used to do stuff for our events, she really felt like she wasn't appreciated. She felt like she was more likely rushed. She felt like she was more tolerated. They didn't really adore her gifts. She felt like they just kept using her. She pretty much felt like that she was used. But no, we cherish people. At our church, what we really believe in, we cherish people. We don't take them for granted. We don't use them. If she's felt like that she's been used, we felt sorry. We apologize, because it's not our heart to use one another. And I'm not gonna lie, I did love the old pastor, but he seemed like he was kind of controlling. I knew you saw it too, Petunia. But no, I thought he was really good. Don't get me wrong, like, we all are not perfect and all that. But he seemed like he was real demanding, and every single time we would have like a meeting and stuff like that, he would get upset, and Brian would like ask him about, like, why are you getting upset? Why are you getting no hands and stuff like that? And then or a pastor would not, agree with certain things that Brian was telling him. But Brian did not feel like in that place to leave the church, because listen, he knows how to deal with people. The thing is, with dealing with people in the church setting, you expect for them to be well-mannered, expect them to be well-behaved and stuff like that. But at the same time, you get some really crazy people. But at the same time, he knows how to deal with people. And whatever he says is not going to stop him from doing what God is calling him to do. Because Brian knows exactly what the Lord is calling him to do. And Brian has always been so fruitful in all that he does. You know what I'm saying? Oh, absolutely. Hey y'all, I heard everything you guys talking about, and I'm here. I'm Wonder Woman. Hey Wonder Woman, welcome. Hey Wonder Woman, weren't you happy to see the group of people like came from the St. James Church come back to our church? Yeah, I got a chance to talk to them. Crystal, Chanel, my sister girl Chanel. I love her because she can sing. Listen, I remember when she was on the choir when we were St. James Church. Yeah, she used to sing real good. Her, Crystal, and Chanel. Chanel is more tenor because she's more lower. Mark, he sang on the choir a couple times, but he didn't really, he was called in like whenever he was needed. So he was a member of the music ministry, but he wasn't on the praise team or the choir. Like, he was not on the praise team, but he was on the choir. He wanted to do the praise team. I certainly wouldn't mind him doing that. He would have did a good job. Yeah, I like Mark. I love Keith. He was really decent. Yeah, Keith has always been, decent. Because with his, film and stuff, and, his projects, stuff like that, I'm happy for him. I'm thankful to God for what he's doing, for what God's doing in his life. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. Yeah, I love Keith. I like Keith too. Yeah, Keith is decent. Jason's decent too. Him and his preaching is, listen, he usually always gets me when he be preaching too. It's like, I remember one time he preached about, lady at the well. Listen, when he preached about that when it was St. James Church, I was like, oh my God, he was cracking me up the whole time. Because he input a lot of humor in his thing while being serious and ministering to the souls out there. Yeah, and Pastor Maurice is like that as well. Like, he inputs humor into his sermons, stuff like that, make everybody laugh and joke and just have a good time with it. Listen, I believe you're supposed to have a good time when you're, like, pretty much just, serving God. When you're serving God, you're supposed to have fun with it. Like, it doesn't feel like it's no hassle or none of that. You just gotta have fun with it, Yes, you gotta have fun in what you're doing with God. Like, find a little joy in serving God. And when it comes finding the joy in serving God, that's when laughter comes in and stuff like that, But I love the laughter. It represents the joy of the Lord that's truly dwelling in the house. You know what I'm saying? Oh, absolutely. But yes, I'm glad that you got a chance to talk to them. Yes, they didn't come to rehearsal yesterday though, because I remember we had choir rehearsal yesterday because we're getting ready for 4th Sunday. I didn't see them in rehearsal. Yeah, I didn't see them either. They said they're going to come back. But I'll talk to them this Sunday because, the next campus in West Philadelphia is about to open. So if they need... I know they got in touch with, I think, our old team members, Joey and Jerry Tate. I think they got in touch with both of them. So I think those people are going to be over at the West Philadelphia campus or North Philly. But I know Joey comes back for us sometime. And I know Jerry Tate comes back for us sometimes. So I think they're going to be like one of the staple team members at the other building. I'm not sure, but we'll find out when the time comes. Yeah, I think we'll find out because everything is still being formed. You know, Reformation Church just opened, so it's like, I feel like for us as Reformation Church, we just opened, so it's like we're still trying to work some things out. Yeah, we're still working out a lot of stuff because, you know, we opened back in April of this year. That's like 5 months ago. We opened like 5 months ago. So we are still forming everything, bringing everything, you know, like starting back some things now that we combine congregations. And I remember when we combined Church of Praise and Worship, the deacons and, you know, some of the mothers of that church, they came and joined the church. Even the ushers were part of our team as well. We have teams of different sets of ushers, like one set of ushers one Sunday, another day. And then we have youth ushers, and we have, you know, men ushers, women ushers. It's almost like, you know, how it's a Baptist church, but our church is a non-denominational, it's a non-denominational church. So we pretty much just, you know, don't fulfill any of the, we don't really partake in any, like, denomination like that. Like, we're all, like, you know, servants of Christ. We're all serving God at the end of the day, so that's all that matters. Yes. Absolutely. But yes, y'all, I'm so excited for what God is about to do. I'm excited for what God is doing through the lives of the people. Like, He really brought back the MVPs. Like, the Lord did really bring back the MVPs here. Because, you know, we got our Philly campus here, West Philly, our new North Philly campus, Camden, and North Jersey. We brought them, like, those teams are here. Like, those teams are here. And I'm just glad that, you know, we all, like, came together. Like, we're all coming together, you know, establish something great. Like, when Pastor Maurice Suggs came to the church, like, when I came back, I could tell that this pastor was not playing when it comes to, you know, like, what he's going to do for the kingdom. Like developing, like, different ministries, developing different, things, like, you know, entities, and then expanding. When Pastor Murray said we're going to be expanding, he's not playing. Because listen, Pastor Clayton Hicks is already on the board with that. When he got Pastors Matthew and Khadijah Hicks Wicker, and he got Tony and Lorraine Schuler, they were not playing at all. Like, once he said that, he was not playing. When it made time for Kingdom Impact, he was not joking at all. Not at all. I know that's right, because listen, you have to be serious about what you're doing. You have to be serious about what you're doing, especially for the kingdom of God. You know what I'm saying? Yes, absolutely. You want to know who's also happy to see them? Who? Grace and Charlotte. Grace and Charlotte was happy to see, you know, Crystal and Chanel and them. Yes, because, you know, as a choir, we're all a family. So when we get to know people, they're automatically a part of the family. Like, even there are different peoples in the family who are on the choir. Like, you know, we have the Clements, because, you know, we have Lance Clement Jr., we have Brian Clement Jr., we have Daniel, we have Linus, we have Zenobia, Nyla, we have their cousins, we have Aurora, we have Lance, who's their cousin, we have Monique, who is the cousin, Charnel, who's the cousin, Tiana, Eliza, who's the cousin, Ryan, who's the cousin, we have Brooklyn's one of the cousins, we have Mahalia, who is the wife of Brian Jr., and their two beautiful children. Yes, and a correction, remember when the children's name was Miles Clement? That's actually Brian the Third. Yes, BVC number 3. Yep, that's BVC 3. I'm excited about that. It's actually BVC 3. That's his nickname. Yep, Brian the Third. Listen, the name is carrying through generation and generations. I love it. Yes, I love it too. And other people, like, we have Juanita. That's Brian's sister-in-law. And then you have Brian's brothers, Levi and Dion, they're part of the men's praise team. Yes. Yeah, they're part of the men's praise team. Yep. They also have, who else? Marsha Waverly. We have Vincent Waverly. We have a good amount of people. Marcus Berry. We have Whitney Berry. We have Trina. It was a good amount of the cousins singing. Because that's a family of worshipers. Listen, the Lord knew exactly what he was doing when he brought the family, into this world. When the Lord brought this family into this world, the Lord knew what he was doing. Because listen, when their mother prayed, when their mom prayed, that's when the Lord is going to bless the generations to come. Because listen, it all started from Miss Valerie's mom. Because when it started from Miss Valerie's mom, that's when the blessings came all the way down. Louise, that's her mom's name. Her mom's name is Louise. Louise Ann Melody Hairston Warrington, that's her name. And they were formed in Canada. And the family was formed in Canada. But they moved to the United States when I think Brian was about to get married, 2 years before. That's when the family moved to the United States. Yes. But no, it started from Miss Louise, because Miss Louise grew up as a church girl. She grew up as a church girl who loved God and everything. She, prayed the prayer that when she had children, she prayed for the children. She prayed that God covers the children and God is already in their hearts and God has already blessed them and the generation is blessed. The whole entire generation is blessed. All of her children are blessed. All of her grandchildren are blessed. And all of her great-grandchildren and her great-great-grandchildren are blessed. And Miss Louise is still alive. She's actually one of the mothers at our church. Yes. Because she used to go to Church of Praise and Worship as well, right? Yeah, she used to go there. Her and Valerie. And I think her sister Angela moved up here. Angela, I think she comes to our church, or I think she goes to the Jersey campus. Because I remember Angela, she used to sing on the mass choir at Impact New World. She used to sing on that choir. And it was, the kids and everything. And that's when they all moved to different parts of the United States. Some moved to Delaware, Maryland, Virginia, and North and South Carolina, and along the East Coast. One of them lives on the West Coast, I think over in California. I think it's the youngest girl, I think it's Samantha. I think Samantha lives in California. And then the others, everybody else just lives on the East Coast. Angela Warren, she lives, I think she lives in Atlanta or something like that. Let me see here. Because I'm looking at it right here on my pad, so let me see. And she also has great-great-great-grandchildren. It was she has 4 great-great-great-grandchildren. That's a flourishing family. The family's ever growing, and she's still alive. Yes, I'm so happy for that family. I'm so happy for her. She's blessed. Listen, the Lord has already blessed that family. Listen, all of the children are gifted. all of the children have special gifts, special talents, and most of them started their own businesses. Most have, multiple passions, like artistically and engineering and science and math and even doctors. It's a couple of doctors. Listen, a lot of Louise's grandchildren are blessed. Louise's children and grandchildren are blessed. And they all flourishing in their own way. Yes, it's just a blessing. It's a big blessing. But now look, let's see. So I'm looking now, it's one of the Figueroas. Because, we have Andrea Figueroa. That's Dennis Figueroa's wife. Andrea is Angela Warren's daughter. So, actually her third daughter, yes. Yep, that's her third daughter right there. So, she lives out in California. That's what it is, not Samantha. Samantha is Daniel Warren's one of the older daughters. Because you have Samantha, Gemini, Danielle, and Laurie. They moved up here to Philadelphia. They moved to Philadelphia, and they actually came and joined. No, they moved to New Jersey. I'm sorry, excuse me. They moved to Jersey, and they actually go to the Camden campus. Because Gemini, Danielle, and Laurie are on the actually all of them actually. Samantha, Gemini, Danielle, and Laurie, they're on the sanctuary choir over there. Because I've seen them. Even I saw them. I was like, yes. I'm excited for that choir as well. Because, the sanctuary choir at the Reformation Church in Jersey is beautiful. Like, they could sing. Like, it's actually some members from our choir that's over there that's a part of them. So it's already amazing. I've seen them sing plenty of times. Yes. Aren't you guys excited for the Friends and Family Day that's coming up? Yes, I'm excited for that too. I'm excited for Friends and Family Day because every time we come together, even if it's not a Friends and Family Day, we still have, days we do our little activities like face painting. The photo booth is always open every Sunday because there be people taking pictures and, just fellowshipping. We're always open with that. The community hub is always open with stuff like that. And we just come together and have a good time in the Lord. It's always amazing. It's never a dull moment. Yes. And then I know for the other campus is going to be good too. I think one of the people in the families, I think it's Randolph Brown. I think that's Jerome Brown's brother. I think he's going to be doing the West Philadelphia campus as well. Him and his children are there because he moved up from Delaware. He's going to be doing that campus. And then we also have somebody else in the family. I think it's Maurice Hairston Jr. His family moved in as well from Maryland. They are joining, the Reformation Church that's going to be in Philly as well. He moved up here as well. And then Miss Louise, Miss Louise is up here because she's Mother Louise here. She's one of the mothers. They have a little mothers group here, and the mothers usually come together and just pray and everything, and just have conversations, have fellowship. And they all look so nice in their dresses. So every time they dress up in their little, and in the old church where they have the white dresses, stuff like that. When they dress up in that, it just looks so cute. Looks so pretty. But no, Miss Louise is here at the church now. You know, her daughters, Evelyn, Angela's up here. She has majority girls, actually. Melissa, she's in Florida at the moment. Melissa's in Florida. Melissa Lindo, she's down in Florida. Maurice just moved up here. Valerie lives here. Louise Lewin, she lives in New Jersey. She lives in North Jersey. Latasha, her daughter Latasha, the one that's on our choir, Tasha, she lives in Philly with us. She stays with Miss Valerie. You know, ever since she was a young adult, she pretty much just lived and stayed with her aunts. It doesn't mean she had a problem with her mom, but still, she just wanted to just live in Philly. So she moved to Philly with her, her 3 children. But Tasha, I love Tasha. She always sings good songs too. I love Tasha and her anointing. Yes, I like Tasha too. She could really do sing. Yeah, Tasha can sing real good. That and I say the whole family is just very blessed under the anointing of God. Because listen, it all started off when Miss Valerie was little, and she prayed for her children. She prayed that she would have children that would be just gifted and talented in the Lord, and the Lord's just covering them and blessed them. And when they all were born, they were all covered and they were blessed. They were well-mannered people. They weren't crazy people, like out in the streets and everything like that. They like some of them actually look like they be out in the streets, but they're not. It's just how they look. But Lance doesn't look like that. Levi and Dion don't look like that, but still, Brian does not look like that. They're all handsome men in their family. They're all handsome and they're beautiful, and the ladies are beautiful. But they don't belong out in the streets. Some of their children look like that. They, one of those people in the streets. Some of them do, but no, they don't. They weren't out in the streets like that. They're just regular young people, just being young, just being fruitful. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely. But no. But I love each and every one of them in the family. Like, when all the kids were growing up, all of Valerie's children were growing up, they were in the church. Some didn't, actually her kids, they sang a lot, and they all grew up in the church. Because they were groomed in the church, and they groomed in worship, and groomed in the word, they passed on that knowledge to the children. Now, a lot of their children, of Valerie's grandchildren, some of them didn't go to church at all, but because their parents have groomed them in the anointing God, they groomed them in the calling of God on their life. They groomed them into, being exposed to worship and stuff like that, and praise unto the glory of God. Like, even when they don't go to church, it's like they still worship, they still praise, and they still pray to God, and they still gather together and pray and read the word and stuff like that. Yes. And I feel like that's going to be, a couple of them are going to be pastors. Like, I know Derek, he might become a pastor. I really do think that he'll become a pastor someday. Yes. Because, he does outreach ministry stuff. Like, he does preach with the outreach ministry. He does it with our team. And also when he was in Baltimore, he did it with them as well. Even he had a sermon at another church. He was speaking there. And I remember when Derek was preaching. And I also remember when all of them was preaching. I remember all of them was, not all of them was preaching, because a good amount of them were preaching, like a couple of Jackie's kids. I know Rufus, even though God rest him, not God rest his soul, he's not dead, but he, God bless him, I'm going to say, even though that he still may not be in much of a good condition in his health, he still loves to talk about how good God has been, talk about God and talk about his word, and always praise him and pray to him, stuff like that. Even one time when he came to St. James Church in his wheelchair, and he was still praising God and everything. He only was in the wheelchair because, he had a surgery on his legs, and he couldn't really move like that. That was the Sunday when the whole family came together and prayed. When they came together and prayed, that's when everybody, all of his cousins, came together and just prayed for him and prayed with him. Pastor laid his hand, Pastor prayed for, all of them. Each and every one of them was, feeling the Holy Ghost. We had people shouting, people falling slain in the Spirit, people crying out to God, and just in deep, deep worship. Yes, it was a beautiful sight to see. Listen, I love seeing them all in worship. I love seeing them praising God. It's amazing because it shows that the family is on one accord with the Lord. Yeah, the whole entire family knows Christ. Everyone in the family came to know God. Listen, it's a beautiful thing. Even when times got rough with the family, even when one of the I know when Rufus was sick, I think it was another one of the cousins that was sick. I think it was because I remember one time, actually I have a friend who lives in Delaware. I remember Lance was crying because one of his uncles is sick. Let me see something. Yeah, I think one of his uncles was sick. I think it was Jerome's father, Randolph. He was sick, and then God, blessed him. He's still alive, but at the same time, at that point, Randolph, I think he was dealing with a major sickness at the time, and his health was declining real quickly. At the church, he got the message at the church. Lance was crying because I remember when my friend was telling me about it, she was like, "Oh, I had to help comfort him because he was crying so much." He wasn't crying loudly, but he was really sad. His wife came and prayed with him while they were at the seat. Brian, Linus, and Daniel and Brian Jr. were there just to visit, and they received the message as well. So when they received the message, my friend went to go hug Brian and the children and his kids, because I know we know now, but Linus, Brian Jr. and Daniel, they all grown. All of Brian's kids are grown, pretty much. Correct. All of them are grown, so it's hey. But at the same time, go ahead, Angela. Yeah, but at the same time, they came to the church just to come and visit, because they weren't really doing nothing here at this church. There was really nothing going on. They just came to come and visit Pastor Derek Parks, because he used to be at Epiphany, and Brian knew these people from Epiphany, so he loved them. And then his wife prayed. Regina, she prayed, because Regina was an intercessor. She prayed at our church one time. Regina and Regina and Lance was praying at our church one time. Regina could pray. Listen, that whole entire family, just came across people who love Jesus Christ. You know what I'm saying? Yes. But no, it was a time when they all gathered for prayer. Lance went to go tell Pastor Derek about, what was going on with his uncle. And then Pastor Derek saw Brian and, Linus, Daniel, and Brian Jr. there. They all gathered around and said a group prayer. And then my friend gathered to pray with them because, she loves their family too. She loves Lance. She loves Regina. She loves Aurora. She loves Kayla. Because Kayla Clement Garrett is actually still here at our church. Francis is here. And Lance. Even though Lance lives down in Delaware, he usually comes up to our church sometimes. Sometimes he'll sing with us. Yeah, he's a member of our church as well. So yeah, but no, all of them gathered around Aurora, Kayla, Francis, Lance, Joshua, and David. Even Joshua and David were here. They're there at that church. Because, that family lives in Delaware, so they were at the church too. Little David was, praying real good. Listen, he could pray as well. The Holy Spirit is all over him. I could tell. But no, that whole time they gathered for prayer. I remember my friend was telling Brian, said, Lance told me about, what's going on, and I'm keeping fan. Brian was like, I really do appreciate that because we really need it. Our family, he said our family needs a prayer, and we count on you to keep us all in prayer. And Brian meant that. So, and when my friend agreed to pray, that's when they got her pastor, Pastor Derek, to pray for them. And then they all came together and prayed. And then it was a refreshing moment. And then after that, they went to go to Evelyn's house and pray. And then the Holy Spirit had his way, and then his health was increasing. His health was getting better. The Lord gave a miracle. He increased the health. So that was a blessing within itself. And then they gathered for food, and then they left. I never really heard from Mr. Randolph again. I wonder if he's doing good. I hope so. Well, that's Jerome's dad. But no, I recall one time when they had a homegoing service for one of the family members. It was a family business. One of the people in the family owns a funeral home. So when one of the people in the family passed away, they bring the body to that family business, and then they design the body real good, put out get a nice casket for them, so then they customize it, and they arrange the homegoing service just for them really decently and really nicely. It's beautiful. I've seen it happen for one of the family members, because one time the family had to go to South Carolina to bury somebody. And then the homegoing service was beautiful. It was fully customized, and it was all in different colors and stuff like that. It was amazing. Yes. But we just let the Lord's will be done. We're just going to pray that God does a great work. Yes. In the next episode, we're going to talk about the apostolic saints, Vernita and Xavier. We're going to talk about their situation as well. Talk about their thing, how they came to our church and actually wanted to do things a little differently. And we'll talk about the Catholic ones. But yeah, that was pretty much it. And I know we talked about the family and different things in this episode, but it was okay. Because, it's all for fun. We hope y'all guys have a good night. And we hope y'all guys be safe. Be safe out there, everybody. Have a good night, everyone. Alright, y'all. You heard it here first. I hope you all have a good night. I hope you guys stay blessed. And I hope y'all guys stay safe. Stay tuned. Have a wonderful day. Thanks for watching Petunia and Uniqua Talks.